Alright, it seems that we are back online, so give me just a moment. I think, yeah, the music is on, the recording is on. I think the sound is quite alright, so let's get back into the challenge, right? First of all, let's try and re-roll our prey bonuses. We are definitely keeping the deep link scouts, but perhaps we can get something useful here. And that's something I didn't see before. Stabilizing reality river and a reality river, alright. I don't think we need any of those, so let's just go for Amazon, I guess. Power of Divo Vorgar, right, that's going on right now. Anyway, we don't need any of that. Today we are going to finally probably get around and do the hide boss, right? The tarantula boss. We are going to do that 3 times actually, so let's go ahead and take care of that first of all. If we want to fight Hyde, we will need to reach his lair, which I am still not sure where it is, but I am quite certain we are going to need a rope and a shovel to get in there. It might be just rope, actually. I have no idea, and I guess we'll have to see. Hey Vance, welcome to the stream, good to see you. Alright, so first of all, let me just get Tibia wiki up and see where is Hyde. He can be found here. And where's here? Okay, it's in the middle of the jungle, actually. Yeah, I think I know how to get there. Anyway, first of all, let's get our hands on that rope and shovel, right? So we're going to go to depot, grab a life ring that, in case you have missed like a couple of streams before now, we are now allowed to store life rings in the depot, mainly because I don't have the time to spend like 3 hours streaming deep links or ghoul hunting just so that we can begin a stream, right? Alright, so we have a 5-minute life ring here. It's not going to be useful for us, but here's a almost full 20 minutes one. Let's make use of that and let's go straight to that coveted rope place. Hopefully nobody took it, but I cannot imagine anyone would care about picking up a rope and shovel daily respawn for no reason, right? I should probably check it first, but we were streaming Persist Online until just a moment ago. I'm going to assume most of you guys have already seen it, but yeah, it's a pretty good game, a newest Cipsoft creation, a zombie survival online sandbox game. Yeah, that's probably enough epithets. All we did really was climb a mountain and quote some Inspire-Bots quotes. But the game is definitely getting somewhere. Alright, also, I completely forgot, but it is a double EXP event, right? So, we'll be getting double the EXP. I know, surprising, probably. Like I mentioned before, for this character, EXP really doesn't matter that much, so double EXP isn't really a huge favor for us. I mean, eventually we are going to rely on levels, definitely, but not right now. Right now we want to make sure that we finish the 3 tarantula tasks before we hit level 50. I mean, we are pretty much guaranteed that this is going to happen, right? So let's not worry about it. Alrighty then, let me know if you can hear me well. This time I decided not to place the microphone right in front of me, It's actually like a little bit to the side. I don't know if you can hear me well because of that. It's definitely a little bit quieter. I can see that from the sound waves, whatever it's called. You know, the little flippy, blinky bar that I can see at all times. That's definitely moving a little bit less than usual. But hopefully the audio's good. If not, then I can always adjust it, place it like it always is. But I feel like it has always been just a tiny little bit too loud. Alright, so there should be a tarantula over here. We are no longer scared of these, by the way. I mean, maybe if there's 3 of them, yeah, I'm going to say we are scared. If they're so plentiful, but other than that, we should be just fine. And there's a panda. I was hoping we'd run into one of those because we do need to eat some food. And we are taking heavy hits, but we don't worry about such things. We are resistant, we've got a lot of mana, a lot of HP, we got a lot of everything. There's somebody shouting about crushing intruders, a bunch of terror birds all around. But we have already done this, right? And we were like way lower level. I think we cleared this path before around level what was it, 30? We are definitely safe right now, so... Yep, I am going to kill Hyde now. All 3 times, and then... not even sure what we are going to do then. Definitely something though. Right. And right here we want to hug the wall. There might be a Hydra lurking in this forest. I mean, there's going to be... like... lizardmen, probably, somewhere close to here. We also don't want to run into those, but I think we can easily outrun Templars, and the other ones don't hit as hard. Yeah, there's Sentinels. Yeah, they're going to be keeping their distance. They are like throwers. There's, yeah, okay, a Templar right on us. We run into quite a little bit of enemies. Let's zoom in. I think, yeah, we are easily outrunning them, and as long as we just hug this wall over here, we are going to be fine. A Hydra should be all the way over there, if it doesn't get lured, of course, which could happen, but it doesn't seem to be the case right now. And here's a potential safe zone that we could make use of, a crocodile. We no longer need to be killing those, but let's do it anyway. Yep. So here's the safe zone, we don't need it right now. I wonder what's upstairs. I never really went up there, but I don't think we need to worry about that right now. Alright, there's a bunch of elephants, every single one is slightly damaged. So somebody must have been here just now. And we're going to do the same thing as before, aka I'm going to use this little choke point. There's a log placed across the river where we could separate all those elephants and crocodiles. Lose many of those as well. We don't need to be fighting all of them. So let's get that dwarf guard. And we are right here. Let's slowly clear out all the enemies. Let's eat the meat from the elephant. That's going to be a huge help as well. I can see the rope already. That's great. Alright, thank you very much, Jean. All help from all cats is always appreciated on this channel. Is that a closed trap? It is. Interesting. Can we make use of the trap? I mean, it deals a little bit of damage, right? But I think Hyde has high enough armor so that it doesn't really affect it at all. So I guess we don't care. Yeah, we're way too strong to be worried at all about this place right now. Dwarf soldier, probably 1 or 2 hits. Okay, there's a carnifilla to the south. I don't want to tussle with that one. So let's retreat a little bit. Thankfully they are incredibly slow. Honestly, I'm not sure if I am afraid of them. I mean, they can paralyze heavily, but we've got the super cheap heal spell, right? Alright, there's a bunch of dwarf guards over here, so let's just grab all the items we need and get out of here. We don't need to fight all of those guys. Alright, and that was a quick little trip. Even though it was quite smooth, I cannot help but get stressed at this point. Remember that we have no blessings, so if we die, we run a risk of losing items. Quite a lot of items as well, and we don't have a single item that would be easy to get back in any way. Right, so let's make sure we don't make silly mistakes like this one just now. We got pretty much surrounded by these horrible elephants. There's quite a lot of them, and I am hitting the wrong button. I've been trying to use the heavy heal, right? The full extra eco, and instead I've been hitting the light spell, so that's a mistake we don't want to be committing too often. But it appears we have made it past the biggest challenge so far. There's going to be that little clump of enemies we left behind. Yeah, slimes, elephants, and a little bit of Templars. Yeah, I don't want to go too far to the left here. There's a Hydra lurking in this forest, so yeah, let me just grab this bag and head straight down. The bug makes this that much more difficult, doesn't it? Oh, I heard a very loud hiss sound. I think that's something a Hydra would say, so let's just get out of here as soon as we can. There's another Templar. I don't like the Templars. I have no idea how hard they can hit, and I should probably be running at full defense. I am currently not at full defense, as you can probably deduce from just looking at my screen. Yeah, I'm going to answer all the comments in a second. Just let me get out of this place first. I can't really relax before I do. Alright, it seems that we are going to be just fine. Let me remove this bag from under it first, and then we can keep going. Bunch of works, throwing knives. Nothing that we would need. Alright, and I need to remember where we can find hide, right? I'm not heading back to the city, in any case. Oh, we are surrounded. That's probably a little bit dangerous, but we managed to kill whatever was on the way there. Yeah, I'm doing a bad job of sticking to the original route, but I think our level alone is enough to help us get past this part of the jungle. Yep. Gonna be a bunch of tarantulas now. We don't need to be killing them though, because we are not on a task anymore. Right, so answering the questions finally, I think we can afford to relax a little bit. We've been through here many times without any problems. So right now we are going to kill Hyde. We have to kill him like 3 times, so there's still a lot of time for us to wait and ponder upon our next steps. But I believe after we do Hyde, I would like to do the Orc Fortress quest, right? But before I do Orc Fortress, I will probably need to farm a lot of life rings, right? Because from Orc Fortress, we obviously want to retrieve the Fire Sword as well as the Knight Armor. So if we can get those items from Orc Fortress quest, that would be really neat, but at the same time, it's going to be a risky endeavor. We are probably going to die in there, so we will be counting on us keeping the items. I don't think I'm going to go for the Orc Fortress quest today. We don't have any of the preparations done yet, so that's that. Alright, now we need to remember what we want to do with the bag. Basically, we want to leave a shovel up top, and we want to leave the rope downstairs so that we can get out should we need to. Okay, I was hoping we lost the bag there. Falling down any hole right now is going to be lethal. And I'm really not good at navigating the jungles. And there's that fabled Carnifula. Paralyze already, making us lag like crazy. That's the part that I hate the most about Paralyze. It's not the fact that you become a little bit slower. It's not really a problem because you can heal, right? But the problem is it makes you lag, like it messes with your movements. Well, I don't need to finish Orc Fortress, right? All I need to do is make it there and then die, and hopefully I'll keep the items that I need. Anyway, let's see again. Where's Hyde? Looking at the map, it's we probably went the wrong way, didn't we? Yeah. We need to be on the other side. We need to be all the way over there. Now, very careful, do not throw these items into the water. That's going to be the worst if we do. Right, we're safe. Now, as far as I know, there's a bunch of Carnifulas on the way to Hyde as well, so we need to be careful with that. Besides, we don't need to do the Orc Fortress instantly. Remember what I said. I still need to farm for some life rings before we do, because once we do the Orc Fortress, we basically cannot farm any more life rings until we get the next weapon upgrade. I mean, we can always, like, devolve, you know, go back to a crystal sword, drop it from something. But ideally, I'd like to only go up and not down. Alright, I'm going to take a look at the map once more. I haven't really been here before. And there's a guy eyeing us clearly. Thankfully, he didn't bother taking our bag away. Alright. So it appears the entrance that we are searching for is pretty much straight up from here. Let's see. Okay, there's a Carnifula, a bunch of tarantulas as well. We want to be careful with those, they're dealing quite a lot of damage to us. We are not used to taking such heavy hits. And we are also about to lose the rest of our life ring, right? So, okay. So, apparently, we do not need a shovel. That was a long shot anyway. Here's the hole. We only have 2 minutes left of the life ring, so what I'm going to do is go back. I'm going to mark this place over here, and for now, let's get out of here, grab another life ring, and then we can get killing hide. Well, we might do a test run of the Orc Fortress quest first, indeed. Setkill asking if this Farground Ironman is still played. Well, he is currently on hold. I said it a couple of times already, but just in case, I'm going to repeat. So basically, I need to grind a lot to be able to fulfill my next goal. What I need to do on that character right now is the Warlord Arena, which I can probably do right now, and also a lot of demon grinding. I was hoping that there would be an easily accessible demon in Formorgar Mines. However, as it turns out, it is not the case. So I have no way of farming a demon easily, which in turn means I would probably need to level up to like 300, I'd say, to be able to move around there and kill the demons easily. Not easily, just at all, you know? Formorgar Mines, the deepest parts of Formorgar Mines are really, really brutal. So, since I obviously am like level, 120 on that character, nowhere near 130, I mean 300 that I'll probably need, without any good sources of EXP, I decided to just put the challenge on hold because, yeah, it would take a long time for me to make it work. So it's not cancelled, I'll be working on the character very slowly every now and then, you know, when there's a creature boosted that I can get good EXP on, something like that. I'll also be working on my skills on that character. So I am slowly developing it, but for now, do not expect any updates anytime soon. There will be more videos though. Regular YouTube videos, not streams, coming to the channel soon. I'm working on them. Been pretty busy lately, but I have not abandoned my old diary-like format. Well, quite frankly, I do not want to be trying hide without all the items that I need, right? I'm going to go pick up the life ring, and if it turns out we do not need the life ring to fight hide, then sure, I'll come without the life ring, but I just want to play it safe, right? We can only attempt to fight it 3 times, and we really need the drops from that creature. I think we can. What do we get from hide anyway? We want the night legs, right? And that's pretty much it. We can't really use a time ring, spider silk, or platinum coins. So we won't even be doing the tarantula tasks for that long. If we can get the night legs on the very first kill, then that will be it. Alright. Here's a brand new, almost brand new life ring. Let's pick it up and let's get going. Yeah, I know my streams are a little bit of a mess. I fully understand that regular videos are much better to watch, and I will be putting out more of those soon. So yeah, sorry to disappoint with Skogul the Barbarian, but it is really a matter of... It would take many months for me to dish out next update. And I'd much rather just do something more enjoyable, something less tedious in that time. Alright, a bunch of creatures following us, but we should be fine. I really hope we can just get the hide first try, get the night legs, and just enjoy ourselves. Hunting some deeplings. And we do need to hunt a lot of deeplings if you want to get anywhere with this character. Yeah, so it's already spoiled by now, so I'm probably not going to ruin anything for you. The next challenge that I am working on is Maze of Lost Souls only. Though it is Maze of Lost Souls Plus, so it's not only Maze of Lost Souls, but also I have access to spells, I have access to NPCs outside of the maze. The only rule is I can only get items and gain EXP within the maze. Once I really get to it, I believe it won't take too long. I believe the hardest part is already behind me, that being grinding to level 30 with only a mace and like leather armor things. Alright, let's focus on the task at hand. We need to get past this part of the jungle without running into any trouble. Well, some trouble is okay. Not too much trouble though. And there's trouble. Waiting behind every corner. Yep. Oh, come on. Do we have to go around then? Let's do that, I guess, and of course we run into all sorts of creatures. Okay. There it is. There's our escape rope. Let's go. We have full HP, more or less full mana. Let's go fight. Hide right away. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Well, I was way too worried about hide, weren't I? Oh boy. Can we get the night legs right now, please? Yeah, I might have way overhyped the battle. Okay, he isn't doing terribly, right? He's dealing some damage. Now we stopped doing damage to him. I'm actually glad we brought the life ring with us, and just like that, ladies and gentlemen, mostly gentlemen, I'm going to assume. Here's the night legs. We got it. We don't need anything else from hide. There's literally 0 items that we can get from hide that we are interested in. We can't really store any additional night legs, so that's a non-useful item for us. We do not care for steel helmet, which we got, but we have cream horn, which is way cooler. Time ring we did get, but we prefer life rings. Yeah, that's pretty much it, right? Let's take a look. Instead of taking a look, I close the tab, but there we go. Restore the tab. There's a semi-rare Terra Hood drop. We don't need a Terra Hood. We cannot even wear a Terra Hood. Yeah, we're done with hide. I suppose this task is going to just hang in there forever. I mean, we are going to hand it in. It's going to be XP for us. But overall, Why did we get stuck? Of course, the current fly. Take my eyes off the screen for a second and we already almost die pretty much instantly. Yep. That's why I hate Carnifillas. It's Paralyze is such a buggy mess in this game. It's really not a problem that it makes you slower. Just being slower is not an issue at all. The issue is you start lagging, you are no longer able to cast your spells at the same rate. And that's what makes it dangerous. But I seriously do not believe it was initially the intended design. Alright. We're almost out of the jungle, and believe me, I really hope we do not get back into the jungle anytime soon. Alright, that was like really quick, wasn't it? I did expect we would need way more time to get this done. No need to shout, by the way. Okay, we killed Hyde, we got the task updated. Alright, and we do not need any more tasks. I believe we have tarantulas completed and we could kill one more Hyde. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this task open in case we ever lose our night legs. I suppose we can just go and kill him again, right? That task is never going to disappear, is it? Or does it disappear once we reach a higher level? Never really sure about how that works, but hopefully it doesn't. And can we now walk towards the boat? There we go. Alright, so where do we go now? I think we're going to sail to the Russia, then use the carpet, go to Khazar-dûn, and from Khazar-dûn we are going to head into the Deepling mines as long as they are open. I really hope that they are open. If the Deepling mines are flooded, then there's pretty much nothing we can do right now. I mean, we could go EXP somewhere else, but all EXP is pretty much pointless if we are not also farming for life rings right now. Which probably means ghouls, but these are so slow. Let us hope for the best. So before we sail to the Russia, I'm going to go here, because there's a guide right here, and let's ask him about... Okay, they're drained, perfect, we can go and chill hunt some deeplings. Oh, alright. We're not sailing there, so let's go to the north. And then to the Russia. Ghost ship? I don't care for ghost ships. I'm sure we won't run into any. Actually, running into a ghost ship right now would have been bad, wouldn't it? You can get a magic rope on a night. I think that's a spell for every single location. But the thing is, we don't have any way of obtaining money on this character. We do have some money in the bank, just so that we can travel freely. I decided that free travel is going to be a rule exception for this guy, right? Because we want to be able to access every single part of the map. But any legitimate money we can't really find anywhere, and yeah, we don't have the ticket, obviously. Thank you. Yeah, so we could obtain the magic rope spell if we had a way of obtaining money on this character, but unfortunately there is no such method. We tried a lot of different things as well. Nothing really worked. Okay, we were hungry, so let's eat some of those white mushrooms. I mean, other than store items and life rings, depot is also forbidden on this character. Okay, from here we just want this single torch. Let's be serious about this hunt. Let's gather all the torches we can find. Also, I'm going to place my life ring over here. We do not need to waste it anymore. It's already a little bit much. So let's grab as many torches as we can. And we keep going until we get tired or until we run out of torches. And there's no torches here, and we do not need really any shovels. So let's get out of here. But also, yeah, finally answering the comment. Even if you put some money in your depot, you cannot use it to pay for any expenses in the game. It doesn't work like your bank, unfortunately. Alright, a bunch of poison spiders. Let's head to this cave as well. There might be some torches in here. For whatever reason, there's a bunch of guys. I mean, there appears to have been a bunch of people, or maybe a single person, plundering all the torches from these dungeons. Definitely not what we want to see. Right, also no torches, it seems. But there is a rope. We are going to need a rope, so let's bring it along with us, just in case there are no ropes in the cave that we are headed to. Yeah, we still have like 8 minutes of regeneration on our life ring. Even if somebody steals it though, we also have like a 5-minute life ring as well as a full 20-minute life ring in our depot. So we are pretty much safe. We do not need to be very worried about getting the drop immediately. As long as they keep coming more or less on schedule. Alright, here's bears. We are counting on these bears to drop a lot of food for us. This one has delivered and this one has not at all. But we are running into a group of deer next. There should be a whole bunch of them. And where's the deer exactly? Guess not here. They might have all been like herded to the south from here. I can see one deer right there. We are going to need to chase after them. Okay, there's 2 of the deer as well. There we go, that's a lot of food. Yeah, we need as much food as we can. We don't want to be leaving the caves until we really need to. 3 ham, 12 meat, that's pretty good. Let's chase after these deer as well. If he drops a respectable bunch, there we go. We are pretty much ready to go. Let's just finish this wolf as well. There's a single piece of meat. That's very nice. Yes, life rings in depot are an exception. In previous streams, I needed to do a bunch of weird stuff, you know, to circumvent us not having access to potions or anything. Namely, before every stream, or rather, well, during every stream, when we wanted to do something like, for example, picking up the rope and shovel, the thing that we did at the very beginning of this stream, you know, to access hide. We definitely needed a... Let me just grab this torch. We needed a rope and shovel to get in there, right? And there was pretty much only one place for us to obtain a rope and shovel without having any money, namely that single daily spawn over there. Right, so we need that rope down there. We are going to need one more rope. Let me bring it over. And finally answer your question, sorry. I have never been good at keeping track of chat and also staying focused on the game. Anyway, what I was saying is, the rings are an exception because we needed to do a lengthy life ring grind pretty much every single stream. And that only worked like once. And that was a almost 7-hour stream when that happened, because we needed to drop the life ring from a ghoul. So I decided that I will be mostly getting those life rings off stream. I mean, if we are stuck and can't do anything else, then obviously, just like right now, I'm going to stream the life ring getting, but generally, I'm going to be off streaming the life rings, and since we are off streaming them, and there's somebody here, hopefully they're just passing by. But since we are off streaming them, there is no reason for us to worry about storing them. I am doing a terrible job about explaining this. Let me start it from the top. Yes, we can store life rings in the depot. It's a convenience. We simply save time by doing this, right? What I would need to do normally is drop a bunch of those life rings before we start the game, or drop them on stream, and they have a bad track record of getting dropped. So instead of worrying about that, I'm going to build up a small pile of life rings by hunting deeplings, so that we can use it extensively later on. And here's that level 62 knight. I guess this place is taken. Alright, 5 minutes. We can wait that long. So let's stay over here. Just in case, we're going to do the good old switcheroo with the bags, where we put a life ring into this bag and keep this bag over the other bag. Yeah, hopefully you got that. I have no idea why I'm having such a difficulty explaining why we have life rings in depot. But yes, they are an exception. I think that's that's enough for you to figure out what happened, right? It was just a tedious part of the challenge. I didn't really have the time to stream for such a long time for us to drop the life rings and then do stuff. With me being able to store life rings, I can farm them off stream and then go do stuff on stream. Alright, that's lovely then. Alright, so while we're waiting, let's think about our next move. So I did say I wanted to go to Orc Fortress, right? The main reason why we want to go to Orc Fortress is we want that lovely fire sword that is going to drop from there. The fire sword is going to help us a lot if we ever want to do bone beast tasks. Bone beasts are pretty difficult, but they also can often be found alone, which means we can get them at a favorable spot. We can 1v1 them, and a fire sword is going to be a huge help with that, right? We want to do bone beasts because a bone beast boss... Let me really quickly pull up his Wikipedia page. Bone beast boss can drop a very, very interesting item, namely the skull helmet. Other than Skull Helmet, he drops pretty much nothing useful. But if we can drop the Skull Helmet, which appears to be a 1 in 16, so by no means a guarantee, still a very good drop. It's an equivalent of a Royal Helmet, so a lot of defense, and it also is lighter than the Royal Helmet, which doesn't really matter for our character, but still pretty nice. So we want that Royal Helmet. Obviously, we also want the Knight Armor from... Right? Who's this guy? Hopefully he's going elsewhere. We also want the Knight Armor from the Orc Fortress quest. Once we have all those items, our equipment will look something like this. We'll have the Knight Armor, Knight Legs, Skull Helmet over here, Fire Sword in hand, our shield. Well, it depends really. I think we won't have any trouble dropping like a dragon shield, right? All we need to do is kill dragons. Actually, that is going to be a problem. If we have a fire sword, we can't really hurt dragons. But I'm certain we can find some other decent shield elsewhere and make use of it. Just having a shield is going to be a huge boost in power for us. So once we have that kind of equipment, we will be probably strong enough to tackle some more difficult enemies. Ideally, I'd like to be able to kill crystal spiders. Crystal spider boss, while not the easiest to reach, definitely offers an amazing drop of Sai, a two-handed sword weapon that has like 45 attack. That's really cool. Yeah, so that's our game plan for now. And of course, before we start fighting crystal spiders, we will also need a weapon upgrade. We need something better than a fire sword because crystal spiders are also completely resistant to fire. The item that we probably want is an epi, but epi is not exactly the easiest drop to get. I will need to do some research into it, but our best choice is probably insectoid workers. Not sure if we can ever get an insectoid worker in a 1v1 situation though. How much? Okay, we can kill this one and then one more, and that's going to be a level up. We also reroll, and that's a defense boost. I think the defense is just as good as damage, maybe even better. We'll see about that. Okay, we have 2 wildcards left. That's not a lot, but we also should be getting some more wild cards soon. I kind of neglected going after the daily rewards every single day. Alright, there's our guy. Hopefully he's or she is leaving soon. And level 43. And she's... okay, I was about to say he's still alive for life ring or she. But here it actually is. We still have it. Let's plop it on. No reason not to. Eat up, and we can finally start making rounds. Let's turn on the lights. Everything is pretty much cleared, but... yeah, and I think our regular path was the other way around, so let's get back to it that way. So first we go through the south, do a small loop. Yeah, we're going to continue for like half an hour, maybe an hour, and then we'll call it a day. We got that hide way faster and way easier than I anticipated. I was worried we might need to do the Orc Fortress and then use the Fire Sword against hide, but thankfully we did not need to go there. My skills, they aren't that high. Let's see. 77 sword. Yeah, I've been hitting offline training pretty much daily. So it's only going to improve. Not too fast though, right? Offline training at some point gets pretty slow. And I am not very good at collecting my daily rewards, which means not that many training weapons. Besides, if I were getting any training weapons, I'd probably use them on magic level anyway. Okay, rusted armor, let us slap it on the floor. If we get lucky and if we can get the rust remover, then that would be sweet. Alright, that reminds me there is one more thing we might want to get before we go after the crystal spiders. But that is also going to be a very tedious thing to do. Let me just check one thing. How exactly? Alright, yeah, we probably want that item then. So, you know Shadowthorn? The elven fortress near Venor. From Shadowthorn, you can basically... I mean, in Shadowthorn, every now and then, you can get, like, the entire fortress to burn, right? There's going to be a bunch of fire starter elves, they deal quite a lot of damage, which is going to be a problem for us. But at the same time, you are able to extinguish some of those fires in Shadowthorn, and as you do, there is a small chance that extinguishing those fires will spawn a Thorn Fire Wolf. And if you lure that wolf over to a mystical pond, that wolf is going to turn into a crystal wolf. And killing a crystal wolf can yield a very rare drop of crystalline armor. Now, a crystalline armor is a 13 armor points armor, yeah. I've probably said the word armor often enough now. But the crystalline armor, 13 armor points, so it's equivalent to crown armor, but it also gives you additional protection against ice, which is going to be very nice against crystal spiders, right? Because they have like ice-based attacks as well. I think. They do, right? Do they? Let me check it out real quick. Crystal spider... Yeah, they have ice missiles. It's not the most of their damage, but it's some of their damage. So... Oh, magic level 5, that's nice. But yeah, so that crystalline armor is probably going to be our best bet against them. It's only like 3%, which isn't a lot, but at the same time, every single little bit helps, right? We only want to be able to defeat a crystal spider in a 1v1. So no matter how insignificant, every little bit of advantage is going to come in handy. We might also want to drop like a silver necklace from trolls, or maybe even a protection amulet from Valkyries. We might want to stack some of those magic items before we go fight anything more serious, and I think that's going to be something I don't let up on like I did with life rings. Obviously, we need life rings constantly. I'm going to continue to store them in the depot, but I don't think I'll do the same for any other rare items such as amulets or different rings. I'm afraid we cannot do the Bright Sword quest or the Black Knight Villa quest because those quests actually require us to carry items with us. We cannot do the Black Knight Villa because we need a key to the villa, and we cannot pick up that key because you need to press on a tree to retrieve the key, right? And whenever we do that, we simply get a pop-up that says we cannot pick up the key because we have no room in our inventory. So we are locked out from that. And same goes for Brightsword as well. There are some keys in there that are like daily spawns, but there are also other keys that we need to obtain from a tree. And those trees, they won't let us have their keys unless we have room in our inventory, which obviously we don't. Alrighty then. I think it's been a while. Can we take a look at our hunt analyzer? Right here. How many have we killed? 53 Deepling Scouts. We seriously should be getting a life ring right now. The drop rate is about 1 in 51, I think, so yeah, we're overdue. And we really need that life ring if we want to keep going. Alright, no life rings yet. And obviously before we get the crystalline armor, we still run a chance of dropping a knight armor or a crown armor even from the Deepling Scouts. Indirectly though, it's by using the rust remover that they can drop very rarely on a rusty armor that they drop quite rarely. Essentially, I've only seen that happen once, and I killed a ton of Deeplings in my time, so I'm not really counting on that, but we have other ways of getting those items, so I'm also not worried much. What I am most worried about is, what if I get the rusty armor drop when I am hunting Deeplings off stream, right? So maybe I'll just add another exception and bring all rust removers and rusty armors I grind off stream to the depot so that I can unrust them on stream. I think that's a pretty good workaround. It's not going to give me any advantages and it's going to be a better watch if we have a little bit of that gacha element. Alright, so we have no more life rings, which is troubling, to say the least. We definitely need a life ring if we want to keep going for a extended period of time. We are still doing quite well thanks to that defensive prey bonus that we have. But these guys, they are definitely going to start dealing some serious damage to us very soon. So if we don't drop a life ring within like the next couple of kills, I mean, I do have recording software, right? But I don't have the room on my hard drive to be recording everything. The reason why this is a streaming character is I don't want to record that much. And besides, watching it back, right, it won't be as exciting as seeing it happen live, I think. Alright, we are heavily wounded. What we need to do is go back and grab a life ring or something, because we cannot keep this up. Maybe you can give us like one final life ring and we'll be good? No? Okay. Now let's hope there's not like 20 of them right here. Yeah, there is 20 of them right here. Well, it's just 2, but worrisome still. Yeah, let's run away. Please don't kill. Okay, thanks. Right, so let's go pick up one more life ring, I guess. Let's do that. I have a 5-minute one and I have like a 20-minute one. I don't really want to use that 20-minute one though. So I guess what I'll do is plop the 5-minute one on. And if we continue to be like super unlucky with life rings, then I'll just continue to farm those off-stream, because apparently off-stream I have a better luck. Well, not that much better, but just marginally better, which is all we need for life rings really. They should be dropping like crazy from those guys. Almost 100 kills, well, not that very almost, but still. We should have gotten it. Alright, so we're going back to the city, we're grabbing that 5-minute life ring that I have in my depot, left over from the previous stream, I believe. What is our life ring luck actually? Now keep in mind we did get like 4 of those life rings from barbarians, so they don't count, and we also got like 1 from ghouls, so that also should not count. So that's like 5 deducted from this. We got 23 life rings from 1,400 deep links. So it should be like 28 life rings actually. So we are 5 life rings behind. Let's also press this, and perfect, the wild cards that we were worried about. Okay, so here's the life ring that we want. And also, let's use our store potions to heal our HP. And now we can go back. Alright, and let's go hunt some deep links, see what we can get. I did consider not wearing the ring and just tossing it over like we usually do, but at the same time, we have no mana at all, so we do want to regen some of that, don't we? And I'm quite certain the next life ring is going to drop like any time now. Alright, let's kill the wolves, I guess, so that we don't need to use any of that food we have stored downstairs. Though I don't think we are going to go through all that food in an hour. We are fully fed right now, that's like 20 minutes, right? Yeah, exactly. And then, yeah, we're probably good, food-wise. Unless we get, like, incredible luck and we decide that we need to make use of it and stay as long as we can. Which I doubt is going to happen. Alright, so all the deep links should be back, so instead of going up there, like wolves, let's straight away get back on our usual hunting path. Alright. Well, we didn't really buy that much more time now, did we? But I also don't want to pick up our last stored life ring just to hunt for more life rings, right? Not if it can be helped. And we're already halfway through the life ring, halfway through the mana. Can those guys just finally start dropping stuff? This character's luck has been just on and off. Getting lucky with super rares and getting unlucky with common drops. Okay. This little room to the south is clear and our torch is out. But we'll pick up another one later. During the next round. Can I please just see some orange? Can I please see a life ring? Eye of a deepling. Let's place it back on the deepling. Since we don't need it. They can keep their eyes, all we need is like a ring, right? So that we can keep going for a moment. There's Deepling that we hurt heavily. Maybe he had a life ring all along. Maybe we did not need to do the round trip. Nope, he didn't. And we don't have that much left of the life ring. Are we going to succumb to bad luck yet again? It definitely seems so. Thanks, man. I also like this outfit a lot. It's really one of the best that they have added recently. Oh yeah, BB Bloodbath is also definitely on the menu. But remember that she's not exactly an easy boss to kill, right? Not only she is tough herself, you also need to fight her bodyguards. And I'm mostly worried about those. Normally, you can just cheese them easily with a bunch of poison fields, but we do not have access to poison field runes on this character, so they're going to be quite tricky. And yes, I am offline training this character. I don't have the time to online train him, and it would be quite a pain as well. I don't think I ever want to make a character that I wouldn't offline train anymore. As much as I like online training, and still do it from time to time on different characters, I don't want to lock myself into doing just that to improve my skills. Alright, so not much mana left. Maybe this guy drops a life ring. If we don't get one like really soon, which we really should, because yeah, we should actually drop. We should have dropped 2 life rings by now. But if we don't, then I'm going to just go back to the city, call it a day. We really don't need to be watching me spending hours trying to drop a single life ring. I was hoping we would get like a ton really quick and then feel safe about going Orc Fortress, but we can't afford that privilege. So I guess instead I'll just hunt these guys over the weekend on and off since I can't really sit down for a prolonged period of time, really. But yeah, I'll play a bunch, try to drop as many life rings as possible, gain levels in the meantime as well. And once that's done, we can do the Orc Fortress quest. We still need to hit like level 50 before we can do better tasks, right? So it's not like we are in any rush. But I really just like this character to start dropping life rings. It's getting ridiculous. 119 and 0 drops. Really, really bad, let me tell you. Yeah, let's just head back to the city, quite frankly, it's getting late. I'm also quite tired. We have done a good job today. It has been, well, just an hour, really. But we have also streamed Persist for like an hour before. And why did you get stuck now? Yeah, once more we are defeated by life rings just not dropping. And farming for life rings really is not an exciting thing to stream. For you or for me, so I'm going to be heading back. I'll try to drop a bunch of life rings over the weekend, and maybe on Sunday we can have like one more stream where I'll do Orc Fortress, or at least try to do it. I can't remember anymore, but does Bibi Bloodbath heal herself? Let me check it out real quickly. Alright, it doesn't appear that way, though she has invisibility, which is bad. But still, as long as she can't heal, we can cheese her, right? I think same goes for Orc Warlords. And they're like the biggest threat, let's see. Yes, Orc Warlords also cannot heal. So that's good. So all we really need to do with Bibi Bloodbath is be very patient, hope nobody interferes with us, and just slowly work on her bodyguards, and then slowly work on her. I think we can kill her at some point. It's not going to be pretty though. I remember always going through a lot of potions when fighting her. But yeah, she's possible, and the giant sword, it's probably going to be one of the better items that we can get. I haven't really looked into it that closely, but I think the giant sword might actually be the final weapon for us. Alright, anyway, thank you guys for watching. Yeah, let me just answer the question real quick before we end. I do not want to allow potions or runes from daily rewards, because that is just directly circumventing the rules that we have in place, right? I did like ease up on the life rings and depot part, because it is something that just takes us time every single stream, and I wanted to get mostly into the fun part on our streams. But being able to carry store items with us and use them actively, I think that's pretty much cheating, right? Not having access to a bag means we cannot use potions, we cannot use runes, we cannot use any supplies. And I think that's pretty much what makes this challenge interesting. If we allow those store items to be used, right, that pretty much gives us a very tedious but pretty much a surefire way of having supplies with us, right? So that's just going against the challenge, really. making it more trivial for no reason. Yeah. So store items are forbidden, I'm afraid. Anyway, like I said, bad luck. I'm not going to bore you with me just getting modded, deeply in exile. Get way more life rings ready, and once I have them, we can just get into the cool stuff like Orc Fortress, questing, bone beasts. I'm sure that's going to be way more fun. A lot of cool stuff coming in this challenge very soon. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next